Okay. We've got the cards. We've got the dragons. We're here to do some drafting.
Ooh, how many dragons do you think we can get?
You know, I've always kind of wondered what maximizing that would look like, and I think it ends up being like 4. Like, let me pull up the one I think is the most maximized. I think it's this one here from... That's not the one. There was one where I had like maybe like 4.
Hmm. Oh, dragon fodder. That's a dragon.
How about Dragon Eyes Sentry?
Definitely a dragon.
That's like a dragon. See, this one has, you know, the Thunder Break Regent. It's bathed in dragon fire. That's a dragon.
That is definitely a dragon.
Okay.
I guess that's how you accomplish it. Like you want your set to be about this thing that should exclusively be large. And then your choices are either fill your set to the gill with large things or find things that simply evoke the large thing.
I guess that was their reason for... Let me see if I can find one of these dumb cards.
Well, they're uncommons.
Well, see,
I don't
like,
know, Sarkons are okay.
Sarkon's Rage is okay. Like,
That's fine because it doesn't have the like extra paragraph.
right, this is a single extra line, and like the card functions fully without a dragon and has like, you know, the drawback if you don't. But then there's stuff like...
Oh, we must have drafted the elf at some point. Elvish warrior.
That's a dragon.
Arguably a dragon.
Or, yeah, dragon asterisk. Dragon Loft Idol is like a dragon. But yeah, with that long line of text that's like, if you reveal a dragon when you cast this card, you can... Like,
You dragon gain 4 life.
Dragon. The spell can't be countered. I think that's the stupidest one.
Man. Honestly, I think I have to give honorable mention to the counter spell. Simply because people are apparently going nuts over it like it's the second coming of counterspell.
It's seeing standard play. It's seeing strong standard play. Like, was in a deck that performed very well at the Pro Tour. Though, if my memory serves, that Pro Tour was won by the person who had 14 1-drops in their red deck.
Sweet.
So, you know. Anyway, I'm going to go into the play lobby. Maybe we'll find some dragons.
Mighty Dictron asks, how do you build a deck with 2 Brutal Horde Chiefs and 2 Ugins? You play Constructed.
That'd be a really weird constructed deck, too, because it's like, it wants to be...
Man. Oh my goodness. Oh no, I don't think that can work. Crap. It needs to somehow make use of that mana ritual.
Oh, the one that's like, if you
Right.
control, for each creature you control.
Right, but the one that we have only works in combat. What about Guise of Fire? Is that the one? Or I know there was something from Avacyn Restore that's like mana equal creatures.
Oh man, I played that deck in standard. Battle him.
Battle him.
Battle
Right.
him.
You will battle him. And yeah, so some kind of like the overlap of Brutal Horde Chief and Ugin is battle him.
Yeah.
Is what I'm getting at.
Yeah. So I wanna touch on Battle Him. I say there was a standard deck I played that played Battle Him. And that's not normally a card that anybody would be playing in any deck. But this deck played cards like Koldotha Rebirth.
Yes.
The make 3 humans that have haste. The rally battle. No, it's like Rally the Peasants. Something like that. You know, things like that. And then it would just be like, all right, tokens, mana writ, tokens, mana writ, gather the townsfolk, mana writ, burn at the stake, tap all my guys, 20 for you.
Yes!
And
Burn at the stake.
Burn at the Stake, which is red at 2, tap any number of creatures you control, deal 3 times that damage. So yeah. But yeah, alright. We're doing dragons though. We're not battling him.
Yeah, there'll be no battle hymns this time around. I don't, well,
Well,
I guess technically the attacking one.
yeah,
but...
it's like a battle hymn. Looks like the pack is empty. That's an interesting... okay, so our rare is imported directly from Ravnica, and I don't know why. I still don't know what this card's doing here. So let's ignore it, because that's not a card we play unlimited. Cards we do play unlimited, I like the kind of cheaper things in here. Palace Familiar, Tarkir Beastbreaker, Defeat, Tail Slash. Like, this is a strong removal spell. The thing that
Well,
makes...
which among them is your favorite color?
Good question. I'm partial to Tail Slash because it cuts red from the pack.
Alright.
Like, there's nothing... There's no...
Yeah, it might scare people who are left out of red.
Yeah. In this format, I think black is my favorite color. Like...
Black is pretty deep.
Black has got a lot of power. Like, but Defeat isn't that card. I don't know, but this is fight. That's fighting words. Alright. So our rare is Blessed Reincarnation.
Is it a blank?
I played both with and against this at the pre-release. It effectively answered bombs. Like,
that was sealed?
Yes, that was sealed.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, a different world, but like, opponent plays Dragon Lord Silumgar, I was happy to have this in my hand. You know, that sort of thing. Ignoring that, because that's really not the pick, I'm looking at either Screamreach Brawler, based on the color I'm already in, or something like Ambuscade Shaman, to try to set up, like, the Dash Lord deck.
Yeah, how are the Kolaghan Forerunners?
These are, I think, super strong.
Like, I think if you're thinking Screamreach Brawler, we should probably pick it instead.
The Forerunner?
The Forerunners.
Okay, let's go with the thing with the Forerunners is that, on its own, the worst it could possibly ever be...
Yeah.
The worst this card could ever be is a 1/3. It usually isn't, but that's its worst case. One more creature, all of a sudden it's a Hurloon Minotaur, and I'm completely happy with it. Anything past that, awesome. Perfect. So, Atarka Efreet.
I like Atarka Efreet a lot. It calls to mind those games where the one creature we had was the 3/1 Efreet, and that's all we needed, because he's dealing 7 damage.
Man. Yeah, it's a lot like that. I'm feeling... Also, the rare is a poor Rage Reflection, but still...
a grim mirror of Rage Reflection.
Also, this is a card I'm really happy to have, like, Tail Slash for, you know?
There's Foul Tongue Invocation. That says Dragon all over it.
That does say Dragon all over it. 7 lines of text for an edict. This card existed basically close to as is, as, wow, it's still there. Hunger. Something Hunger.
Oh, right! The Blood Hunger thing.
It's from Innistrad. It was black 2, you gained life equal to toughness. Alright, so behind it...
It's actually a Warbringer, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, there's that in the Tail Slash. Which, I guess that's actually a kind of fair question. Like, do we want the Warb Ringer?
We have one Dash guy already. Warbringer is fine on his own.
Yep.
We also already have a Tail Slash. I am inclined towards the uncommon.
That's fair. Like, I really do like
Scale Guard Sentinels here, too.
I do like this, but it is liable to leave us open to 2-for-1s, and this gives us a bit more direction. Yeah, there is no black in this pack, but luckily we haven't picked a single black card, so that's not a problem for us. Like, we don't need to worry about black being cut, we just need to know that it is. Huh. There's not a lot in here that pulls me any direction.
Right. Like, we we can have a Yeti as just a functional creature and stay on color. Or we can, like, have Sidisi's Faithful or Void Squall as, like, decent blue cards.
Yeah. The white
it's
card...
It's hard to say, go into this color. That card is functional, you know?
Like, both of these would probably be close to the edge. Like, this is a combat trick that would be like 23. This is a creature that would be like 23.
Kindled Fury starts to look a lot better with a Tarkir Ifrit on your side.
That's something that, man, let's keep picking up tail slashes.
Oh, defeat.
Defeat.
Now, I'm not super hot on this card, but I think it's better than this pick.
On defeat?
No, I mean, like, it should have gone before.
Oh, okay, yes. I was like, oh. I'm actually kind of surprised that the, like, Anticipate and Reduce in Stature still being here. Those are, like, decent blue cards. Press the Advantage is still chilling around here, that's fine. I guess more Tail Slash makes me feel just fine with having Summit Prowler, because this is a guy that can...
His tail, as it were, is pretty mighty.
He's got a mighty tail. Yeah. Okay. Defeat again?
Can we pick defeat here?
I think so. I don't value Volcanic Rush very highly. It's a really, really bad version of...
I guess there's Artful Maneuver, too, so here's your decision.
I think right now, like... Black synergizes a bit better having the Warbringer. Like, it could give us some more dash creatures, which is why I'd like to look at it, if possible.
Yeah, it's kind of a shame that the Rebound deck is almost exclusively white-blue.
Right.
Like, the only blue creatures care about you doing spells. Gee, Sabertooth Outrider, too? Man.
How mono red am I? Can I just have the Lightning Berserker come in and be like, hey, you didn't leave a blocker back. Blaze! I kind of want to see where that goes.
Sure.
Like
Flush your mountains into damage.
Yeah.
There's Evolving Wilds as well. That's a strong contender.
Yeah. Not a fan of the Sadist. I didn't even notice this was here.
Okay.
They can be bored together. I'm probably gonna grab the
Toughness 4 or greater. We're not going to have any of those in our deck.
Nope.
Segmented Crotic as big guy in case we end up green. Acid Spear Dragon as a dragon.
Right, like for reveal or whatever effects, and black is the color we technically already have something of. Ooh, okay, what about like this, and then...
Like Monument well enough.
You know, maybe it...
Certainly here, like Pinion Feast, Wandering Tomb Shell aren't doing anything.
Custodian of the Trove.
Like, I think Wandering Tomb Shell is a fine card, but it belongs in the blue-black deck, not the red-black
Or like
deck.
the green-black would like it too.
Oh yeah, Butt Fight, sure.
I like how this is that First Strike Trampler guy.
Yep.
Just aged up. Whoa. I can have Clasm, I can have Dramoka's Gift.
Jeez. Bolster onto our Tarkir Ifrit.
Oh, God.
That's probably a dreamscape.
Yeah.
Seismic Rupture.
I'm gonna grab this, because looking at my creatures right now, it only kills the Atarka Ifrit, everything else dodges it. Because this is never in play, this is almost always in my hand. So, like, what if I'm somehow the red deck that can use this because none of my creatures die to it?
And Seismic Rupture reminds me of Rolling Temblor.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, lose calm.
Rolling Temblor. It really is just without the...
Without the flashback.
Actually, yeah, I'll leave these in here for now. We need to find early drops. We need to find a couple more things to do.
I got your 2-drop. Dash Lightning Berserker.
Take
It's a
2.
2-drop.
I like the idea of having Lightning Berserker.
Hey, there's a color.
What if I... You know what? Okay, so there's a land below the cut. My red cards in here are Rending Volley, a sideboard card, Vandalize, and Magmatic Chasm, which is probably a fine one of in this sort of deck. So I'm completely fine picking up Dragonlord Atarka as the one splash in green. Even if we don't commit to green, we're basically there. So, yeah. We don't have to super commit to green. Like, we'll probably find out if we see, like, one of these two come back around.
Circle of Elders somehow comes back.
Oh my god, let us play the Dragonlord on, like, 5. Yeah, but yeah, this is, you usually win the game if this comes down. That's kind of how this dragon works. Because even if they immediately have an answer to it, which is difficult because it's an 8/8, yeah, it's still Wraths. It's like a big Pyrotechnic. So, you know what we need? We need Twin Bolts. We need...
Yeah, never gonna see the Twin Bolts. About Stampeding Elkherd.
I was looking at that too. Like, if we're gonna commit to green, this is a really good card to do so on. The other options are something like Hardened Berserker, which I don't terribly know if I want to pick this early. Kolaghan's Stormsinger, which is alright. Dramoka's Gift. I still want to build the deck so that Seismic Rupture works in it.
This is not a terribly deep pack. Because we have Spider Silk Net, Resupply, Pinion Feast, Custodian Contradict. It's like...
Right. Void Squall I got, like, second to last pick earlier. Oh, yeah, sure. That's the... I assume you're talking about this one. But yeah, the Elk... I mean, the Elk doesn't actually have text, but it has text, sort of.
It's a gorilla. That's why I like it.
A 2-drop?
We are missing those.
We are.
Ship is probably sealed on black, otherwise Coat with Venom or Shambling Goblin would be just fine.
Right. And this is actually not that good. Out of this cycle.
Ah! He's very surprised at how bad his card is.
Yeah. Like, what's the green thing happening here? Like, okay, so there's a person stabbing. Is this supposed to be the green effect or card, or like, because this is obviously Hand of an Assassin stabbing at somebody. So like, I don't know what's going on here. This is a Tiger Man. Something?
Right, and those are supposed to be black, right? The cat demons?
Well, they were black-green in, because Rakshasa Death Dealer. That was,
well, right, but in like, the new
future. In the new World Order.
Wow, Epic Confrontation and Tail Slash.
Yep, what if we're just all sorts of fighters? Yeah, like, I just don't understand how it relates to the effect, is all. Like, look.
They had some kind of assassinate spell, but then they decided to put in Deathwind instead.
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, that doesn't look a thing like Deathwind, even though it's a killing spell.
The color hate cycle in this set like that's something they continue to try to retool every like year or so. It feels like every year there's a new hate cycle of yo.
Sweet.
I'm immediately attached to this removal spell, especially with a dragon. The Scream Reach Brawler also like says hello, and Inox Survivalist wouldn't be bad. Like, you know, it's Nantuko Vigilante.
Yeah, good old Nantuko Vigilante.
It's exactly
Good
Nantuko Vigilante.
Yeah. Looks up as a 3/2.
Yeah. So yeah, but I'm cool on removal spell. It's a good removal spell. But yeah, they've been trying to do that hate cycle like for a long time. Like every core set, there's a different cycle of color hate cards.
Yep. Usually an uncommon with cheap spells.
Yeah.
And occasionally we get things that kind of break out and get better. Like we had the that elk.
Yeah, the Great Sable Stag.
Great Sable Stag. Like that wasn't part of a cycle exactly, but it was just sort of there.
Yeah, that was a card designed specifically to hate fairies. It was designed in every way to hate on the fairy deck, which was very popular at the time. I'm trying to think. The more recent ones I can think of, there was the rare cycle of creatures that did something to enemy color, to the colors it hated. The like Lifebane zombie and the like. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the Scavenger. I want the monument that's on color so I can cast this thing at a reasonable time.
Ooh. Do you want 2 copies of your cool Dragon Eater deck?
I'm willing to do this.
I think now is the perfect time to go in on it. There's Gurmag Drowner is probably the best card in the pack.
And like Ancestral Statue is the one I might play.
Right. Yeah. No, I like Sargon's Triumph.
End step, grab a Tarka, untap. Whoop.
No, how about this? End step, grab a Tarka, cast Draconic Roar, revealing a Tarka. Like, yo, I had a dragon the whole time.
Ha ha! Ooh. I kind of want dragon fodder.
I like seeing dragon fodder here. I was hoping we would get it.
This isn't the ramp I want.
Especially with Kolaghan Forerunners.
Yeah. I mean, in the world of pikers, dragon fodder does a very strong job. You know? I'm gonna go ahead and do this. I wish
it's a little more exciting than Ceradon Yearling.
Yeah. I really wish I had one of the on-color dragons like this just to have a second target for the Sargon's Triumph. I'm gonna take the Falter. And
so he's faithful here too, I guess.
Every color represented in this. Like we can get through with a Tarka free things like that. Ooh. Yeah, okay. Alright, so pack 3, like our deck is like kind of filling out. I'm gonna grab Pinion Feast for the board. That's probably fine. Our deck's filling out. We have 9 creatures, which is actually strange looking at like what we have, you know?
Well, I guess the monuments are occasionally creatures.
Yeah. Dragon Fodder is a creature.
Dragon Fodder is definitely a creature.
But then we have like 2...
Sargon's Triumph is sort of a creature. Atarka freed is like multiple creatures because he's so powerful. No, you're okay. But what if we need reach?
I'm gonna... What if we need to hate on
and
those colors?
The Updraft Elemental was there as well, I'm going to point out.
Yes.
That is a super reasonable creature.
Steal Negate. Learn from the past.
What have you learned? Don't pick this card.
That card exists specifically so they can have part of their little story arc on it. with Narset going into the archives and finding out, yo, there were these clans who existed a long time ago.
Yo, the future changed and now you're here. Also, you're a planeswalker.
Yeah.
All planeswalkers can do this, but only one of them ever bothered.
Alright.
I'm still waiting for the explanation for how Sarkhan went into the past and changed it. Where did get that?
I explain it this way, is Ugin being such a powerful super wizard or whatever, I'm picking the Goblin Heel Cutter. Yeah, Silumgar is cool. If I was in those colors, I would feel really good about having opened this. This is kind of how Fate Reforged goes. You look at your rare and you're like, damn, that's really strong. But yeah, Ugin was such a powerful wizard dragon that he set up his body to be a time machine if he ever died. That brought people back to the moment of his death, so that, like, if any old passerby walking by would have just been like,
oh, okay. Hey, he had the machine. All right.
Yeah, the Ugin's Nexus.
I guess that's why no one could take extra turns around him.
Yeah.
Because of time travel.
Yeah.
Wait, was Sarkhan trying to take an extra turn?
And failed?
Is that how it happened?
How did Sarkhan try to take an extra turn?
I don't know.
Alright, so here's another super powerful rare.
Get to play 2-card Monty.
Yeah.
About a good removal spell.
Which is good. So, we'll have to note, whoever has the Jeskai Infiltrator probably has Silumgar, and vice versa.
Cute. What did he manifest? What did you do?
Okay, I want to find the green dragon. I want Sarkhan's Triumph to have a second target in case I draw Dragon Lord Atarka. I don't want to,
Yeah. I know.
Yeah.
But then what if you drop both of them and also Sarkhan's Triumph?
I probably can win a game where I drew both of them. Heck, it's probably not even that bad of a thing because, I can cast a if that happens, I by definition have a Tarka in my hand. So it's probably fine. Maybe we can find one piece of fixing. Maybe we can find Mardu Scout. Elite Scale Guard still.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Then you take a look at your uncommon, and it's unreasonable and basically a rare. Jeez.
Fate Reforged is a very powerful set.
Right next to Orc Sure Shot, Dowsing Bloom.
There was an article that I read and posted on the Twitters like maybe 2 days ago that was just compiled statistics from 25,000 MTGO replays of this format.
Sure you don't want the Scale Guard? It's only one white.
How do I splash it?
We pick up a land. The green land fetch card, kind of in green. Okay, away it goes.
Yeah, I'm okay with this.
Wow.
Look, if my picks in this format can be Heel Cutter, Bathed in Fire, Scout, Heel Cutter, I'm in the right color.
Yep. Fair enough.
Yeah, like red is
Atarka again. That's right.
Yeah.
Cruel.
But yeah, like that article had something like 25,000 compiled replays from like the last weeks of MTGO play, and kind of listed the cards that had like the winningest record, which is a bit of a skewed statistic because things like Falter Effects have a really high winning record because when you cast the card, you usually win the game.
Right. So how about like win record versus like tempered with games. Like, take some baseball statistics into this.
Well, the problem is the replays don't show hands, so they can't see that.
Oh,
like
geez.
they don't show hand of opponent, so you can't always know, like if the falter was sitting in their hand being useless, like, or if it was even in their deck. So like, but baseball statistics to it would be really good if it was like what you're saying there. But accounting for that, getting rid of Teamer Battle Rage is a really good one. I would like
Teamer Battle Rage plus the Tarkir free.
I'm worried about creatures still, and Martyr's got a good one. We don't have plenty of dash. We only have 12 guys. I stand by this choice. You think we have plenty of dash, we don't. But the thing that it brought up was like after you kind of accounted for that, removing the falter effects and such from the list. If I just pick 3 different cards from this set, I'm completely fine with that.
All Goblin Needle Cutters and Martyr Scouts. We'll get the dash guy and then, like, pay 4 more mana and have all these creatures all of a sudden.
An army just appears out of my hand and you take 15. But yeah, so getting rid of those cards that are blowouts and you only cast them when you're winning, the cards that still had the, like, winningest records were usually, like, Fate Reforged uncommons and rares, like Citadel Siege or Elite Scale Guard or
Citadel Siege, Elite Scale Guard, Crux of Fate, Pyrotechnics. Yeah. It's kind of sad to have just like a reinforcement of our understanding of like what's good, you know.
Yeah.
Like, well, we already knew these cards were good, and that's why we picked them highly. See, there's your white.
I know. That's why I'm pointing at it right now. Mostly because I don't care for anything else in the pack. Like, you pick Lightning Shrieker, that does fulfill my second dragon quota. But
it would be hasty damage.
Is that a card I want to play?
Well, I mean, a lava axe is a lot better when you can search it up.
Fair.
You know?
I'm gonna pick it based on the fact that I don't really care about the other card. Avoid Diplomacy of the Wastes.
That does look like diplomacy. But Defiant Ogre.
I'm thinking about like just stealing Grim Contest or Typhoid Rats or something.
Well, then Winds of Calcisma. There's a card that no one expects. I would rather have the surprise.
Fair.
Like I've won thanks to Holy Day before.
We'll keep that on the choice.
And Blossoming Sands too. The splash would have been so real, and we couldn't have known.
There's no way of knowing. I guess I'll pick the Defiant.
Oh, he's a warrior.
Yep.
Not bad.
Fierce Invocation. I don't need Return to the Earth because I already have a Pinion.
We have Pinion Feast. Yeah. You can get your Vial of Dragonfire.
And then cast it. Okay, we've got... I like how our green is really light. Like, extremely light.
Yeah, I had encouraged you towards stampeding Elkherd, imagining that we might end up in, like, a true two-color deck.
I agreed with that. Like, it just kind of didn't end up that way. Ooh.
Whereas Break Through the Line suddenly looks alright.
Like, maybe that's okay. Alright, so what if the green is like a Hyper Splash?
Wait. What does Break Through the Line actually do?
Break Through the Line gives a 2-power creature, or 2 or less power creature haste.
Okay. So...
And can't be blocked.
So we could use that on Kolaghan Forerunners, and then dash in some other guys. Get through for a bunch of damage.
We can make our Tarkir Freak unblockable and then flip it up, yeah.
Yes!
We can... Alright, I want to do like this, where this is my green.
Okay.
Like if I chose 2 cards for green, that would be it.
Can be persuaded to not use Lightning Shrieker or Fierce Invocation.
Yeah, probably. That's 23.
Let's kind of admit that we did not get another dragon.
Yeah. Just be this!
Seismic Rupture.
Sure. Okay, how is this card in our deck? So, Heel Cutter dies to it, but ha. Heel Cutter dies to it, but ha. Tarkir Freak dies to it. That's real. That's actually real.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put that in the real pile. Warbringer doesn't. Lose Calm is fine. Ugin Forerunners doesn't. All of these aren't creature. What the hell?
Like Dragon Fodder and
Mardu
Scouts.
Mardu Scouts, sort
okay.
of.
Yeah.
like dash, 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 dash.
Let's have a full grip for the entire game.
This pile right here is my dash pile, right there. That makes up 8 of my 11 creatures. Oh
yeah.
my!
Heck, maybe it's okay. Maybe Pyroclasm is all right. If you could somehow get 2 morphs.
Mm-hmm.
That would be great if we had a 3-mana 2/3.
Like the only thing I'm looking at, I could also like bring in a bit more of the green. Like I don't really want to bring in Tarka Beastbreaker.
Right.
Based
really
on
not green enough.
Right, a 2-drop. Like this at least is a removal spell. I'm not playing on 2 anyway.
Mm-hmm.
But like, and Stampeding Elkerd being like the Crotic at least could be played. Yeah, I was almost looking at the 16 lands as well, but like my card quality on the side just isn't good enough for that. Like I don't have a card that I really want.
I rather like the idea of Zarkon's Triumph. Dragonlord Tarka.
I do wish I had a second target. That's basically my one thing with it. I don't know. I think this is the deck that we have. Like, there's very little I can do here to change that. Like Lightning Shrieker, but it's like a bad dasher.
Mm. Yeah, I guess we'll just have to lean on like Tail Slash to clear the way.
Tail Slash
guys.
is basically always doing like 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, 3, and
we have to dodge the like Custodian of the Trove, Wandering Tooth Shell deck.
And then what do we want? Like 2? Okay, 2 forests.
I like that quite a bit. So we have the 2 Tarka Monuments, so 4 sources for 2 cards.
Yeah. Okay.
And then have consistent Mardu Scout.
Oh my god.
It's like a 3/1. How did we end up mono red? Because no one else was picking red cards.
I just kept picking them. The red cards. Like, my pack 3 was this. It was in order, like, Heel Cutter, this, and then it was just like Mardu Scout, Mardu Scout, Mardu Scout. I think that was pack 3. Was like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I felt pretty good that red was, like, I felt pretty vindicated. Anyway, we have a deck. We have a couple subpar cards, maybe. Like, I don't know if we actually need Magmatic Chasm in a deck that has 2 Heel Cutters, but Sarkhan's Triumph, I still wish had a second thing.
There just aren't that many dragons. They try to make their set about dragons, and then they're like, okay, cycle of mythic rares, cycle of rares, cycle of uncommons. Done. in the large set. Yeah, you can't search up a Tarka monument.
Yeah. On the one hand, I sort of agree with everybody knows that like having these as ramp in a deck that actually ends at 4 past Tatarka is a bit overkill. Like, it's a bit overkill on ramp, but I just don't think we have like a quality card that I'd put in over it. I don't know, like
plain old Defiant. Though I think it would probably be the segmented Krotik.
Yeah. So that would be like, but then that's like a card that I'd want to ramp into. I never noticed that segmented Krotik just like puts Crawworm to shame. Oh my lord.
Poor Crawworm. Rest in peace.
Yeah. I mean, Crawworm's been put to shame like 12 times now. Vulpine Goliath comes immediately to mind. But,
it all started with the Yavimaya Worm.
Yep. Yeah, it's true. At the end of the day, the monuments are also 4/4s with flying.
I guess the awkward part there is if we draw enough mana to like activate monument, but not anymore. Like, so there's this terrible place that we have in between 4 and 7. We just really can't make use of all of it.
Yeah, well, we can though in Dash. Like, you know, if
Berserker,
we can sort of make use of it just by going like Heel Cutter Mardu Scout or better Warbringer Heel Cutter Mardu Scout. Where we just go, all right, my board exists and now it's gone, and now it exists and now it's gone. That sort of thing. So, I like how I can just dash 1 billion power out of nowhere. That's good.
it'll be pretty great. I mean, heck, we would probably want to have Warbringer just hard cast and spend all our mana on dashing the next turn.
Wouldn't be awful. Like,
Dragon Lord Atarkas or Token Eldrazi.
it really is.
Yeah, what does the game have to... Like, we're such an aggressive deck. What has to happen for us to win with Dragon Lord Atarka?
Opponent having like enough like removal that our creature plan doesn't work, and then we end up in like this state where we just need to use Dragon Lord late game to win. Like, we go, aha, Heel Cutter, and they just go, okay, Douse and Gloom, and we're like, oh, okay. Mardu Scout and like something else, and they're like, cool, Arc Lightning. Aha. And it's just like,
Yeah, Poison Striker has the right idea. Turn 4 Warbringer, turn 5 Dash, both Heel Cutters and all the Mardu Scouts.
no, the Forerunners has to be in there too.
Oh, yeah. Crocodile.
Hello.
I want this deck to work.
Same here. I'm happy with this deck, even if it fails.
We need to draw like 4 lands ever.
Yeah, okay. At least we have a couple outlets. Like, we have the Fire Breather Berserker.
And also, if we cast Lose Calm on a creature that has an activated ability, we'll be
Well, like,
we'll steal their Crater Elemental.
ooh. They somehow let us do that. Nobody knows why, but they do. Alright. 2 lands, removal spell, Mardu Scout, Atarka Freight? This looks good.
4 live cards.
That's a bit
I
big.
accept. Wait, both of our green cards?
Yeah, both of our green cards. Like, this hand is, Okay.
Oh boy.
Vigilance. I'm just casting you.
You can actually reveal your one drag.
I know. I can. This is a searing blaze. All right, I'm gonna take 2. That's fine, buddy. Vigilance.
Yep.
Okay, morph. Want to attack with this? Attack, play a morph.
I think we want to attack.
Yeah.
So we have good moves regardless of what he does. Yeah.
Okay. I'm fine with getting damage through. That's good. Okay. That's hard cast. Vigilance.
He's a warrior.
I found the target for my draconic roar.
Haha.
Vigilance like mad.
A lot of vigilance.
Uh-huh.
Man, I want a forest. Forest would be so good. It's a little awkward. All 2 toughness creatures as well.
Mm-hmm. I think I let that happen and then just draconic roar the Misthoof Kieran. This needs to die. I guess I could also save it, but... Cast revealing a dragon from your hand.
Yeah, we don't want to run into Center Soul or something.
Just do that.
Blammo! We're never casting this.
2 more lands, one of them being green, and we are. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
I would like to draw the forest. Okay.
Okay, the person who picked up all the black dash cards.
That's where these are. That's fine. Evolving Wilds. Huh. What?
Ah!
Silumgar.
Silumgar detected. I don't think we can beat that card. Yo!
Yo!
That's pretty sweet.
So I just do this, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Like if his protection is lose calm, then he can only choose one of the colors.
Right, and if his
Like
protection...
it's red, but...
Well, if it's +2/+2, ooh, actually... No, that's fine. Yeah, because if it's +2/+2, we trade. If it's +1/+2 Death Touch, we still trade. And if it's nothing, Center Soul's more than likely. Oh, sweet.
Oh, hey, the gates are open.
Get in. Okay. Sweet. Silumgar.
You draw a Tarka monument. Oh, that would be the best freaking thing.
That would be pretty good here.
Mmm.
That's the world we live in. Dramoka Monument.
Okay. Wow, taking us to 7.
Might as well. He has nothing else to do. Another dash creature?
Yeah, okay.
What were the odds? Every creature could have been a dash creature.
Cast with dash.
Yeah!
Rush.
Okay, so we've got green splash, blue splash? Like green splash being a little heavier because he had this attached to it? Anyway.
He showed a couple flyers, like
Opinion.
little ones, and we can presume that Silumgar is there.
Silumgar is hexproof.
Wouldn't be able to, yeah, do anything about it.
Yeah.
I'm saying if he's going to have that many guys who fly, then taking out either Magmatic Chasm or Seismic Rupture and putting in Pinion Feast would be all right.
Okay, I'm gonna go with... Okay, he showed Morph. He showed 2/2. He showed... the bear. I'm gonna go with the cat.
Right, Koligan, Dasher.
I'm gonna leave this as an option.
Yeah, that's probably all right. Got a lot of bears.
Want to add in a forest?
Nah.
Third card.
We have too many Bardu Scouts. I don't want to add in a forest.
We have a Tarkir. Yeah, sure. If it. All right. Okay, good. All right.
See, perfect.
Keep.
Blue.
Leading with your off color, huh? Want to use that as quick as I can. Let me trade. Alright, I'm going to attack with both goblins and see what he does. Yeah, one goblin maybe? Leave a goblin back as a blocker. That looks like a more realistic thing. Okay, that's what I wanted him to do. If I attacked with both, he might not have done that. Because what I want to do now is land Seismic Rupture.
Gurmag
Angler.
Next to the Zephyr Scribe. Yikes.
Yo.
Although that was manifested, so it might have been kind of bad.
I'm just gonna pass. This is an instant. I'm not dashing these into that. Attack me first. Then we'll talk.
I'll give the rats vigilance. That's his style.
Oh my god. Please don't do that.
I don't think
Elite
that can
Scale
happen.
Yard.
Oh. Oh no!
Oh, what? Alright.
Alright, a 5/5.
Fine.
And that's without Sarkon's Rage.
Let's go grab a Tarka.
Or Roast. I guess a Tarka does some roasting.
I should probably just cast these.
Yeah, offer the 2-for-1. Which won't matter if we get up to a Tarka mana.
Right, because then I can just take them out.
Like, steal the card advantage right back. Then again, he knows that you have a Tarka.
Right. I'm gonna take that. I'm willing to trade life totals back and forth. Alright, what's your follow-up?
Jamocha Monument. So, Sandblast?
It's still coming in. Do you have a forest? No. Okay.
Huh.
So I just have Dragonlord to Tarka take out the Angler, right? Like that's
I think so.
yeah.
I'm huge.
Hello.
Get back in the grave.
Get the hell out of here! I killed you once. I'll kill you again. I'm.
Yeah, guts.
If you want to trade like that, I'll take it. Pacifism. Orc sure shot.
He's decent.
Okay, well
Kills us in 2 hits.
He's dead, so. 2, 3.
Oh, because he's on the stack?
Yep, he's not in play yet. He doesn't count himself.
Hooray!
Yeah, the beatdown.
We cast our huge, unreasonable dragon and
See?
managed to win the game.
And that was the circumstance where we needed it, you know?
Yeah.
I had to use this to, like, get the early game, and then I had the scouts that got held back, so it's like, alright, we got the
Yeah, in retrospect, Seismic Rupture is the greatest freaking card against this guy. What the hell?
Right, like, it's Orc Sure Shot, Typhoid Rats, Zephyr Scribe, like...
So, alright, 4 for 1 you. Wow.
Is he splashing this?
I don't know.
Is this blue splash? Anyway, we did it. Atarka wins! Oh my lord, we're the first one.
He picked like 2 Evolving Wilds and felt invincible. Like, nah, I'll just play whatever. Like, Zephyr Scribe is blue hungry.
Yeah, well, like, I guess if it's your only blue card, it works, right? But I guess you can't use the untap. So it's like fake vigilance to him.
Oh no. Vigilance again.
Yeah.
So, I see that round time is counting up.
Uh-huh. At 13 minutes. Seeing as we finished ours at 5 and 4. Alright, yeah. This is where we are.
So, any news out of the world of Magic the Gathering?
Modern Masters 2 comes out in weeks.
Alright, okay, so we've seen, let's see, Emrakul and Karn liberated.
And Tarmogoyf, which is reprinted from Modern Masters.
And Metalcraft guy. He, Etched
Champion. Yeah, that card that... I want to say it's like... end of May, maybe? I don't remember... Tempest Remastered, right, that's a thing that they're gonna...
Oh, Lord.
If I guess I'll show this, because it's...
Yeah, please tell me about Tempest Remastered.
So Tempest Remastered is... Is there a little announcement about it? Because it should be happening soon. They even have, like... The art is... Oh, I guess there's no little announcement on the announcements. That starts up in, like, May 6th? May, something like that? Tempest Remastered is basically all of Tempest block in one pack, but cut down to about between a third and half of the cards. So that they could try to craft a better limited format out of it.
So you mean no more Rolling Thunder at common, huh?
That'll probably be an uncommon, yes. That will likely be an uncommon. God. Also, maybe...
So if you ever want to see, like, the mother of all pyrotechnics effects...
I'll pull up the card, because I probably own them, alright? Cards... Clear out formats, and just type in... Oh, whoops.
Hey, there's Rolling Temblor.
Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
Quantity 0. Rolling Thunder. This is a all-star common. That's red X, deal X, split however you choose. So you usually win the game when this happens. This gets played in, like, Popper as, like, the Urza Land kill spell or whatever.
Mm.
You know, like, okay, cool, I'll just kill you with Rolling Thunder for 13, or if I need to use it as removal, I can.
Right. I'll burn off 3 of your huge creatures.
Right. But yeah, so it'll be like... They did this once before, where they combined multiple sets into one set to make, like, a format. It was with shards. But shards, they didn't curate it. It was just every card. So, and this was done in real life.
Oh, wait, those all foil packs?
Yes, those were shards block.
The 15 foil cards.
Yep, you got 10. You got your foil commons. You got your 11 foil commons. Your 3 foil uncommons and your foil rare. All of them from shards block. Not like, just any of the 3 sets. But Tempest, they curated it and removed the junk, the chaff. So I'm sure there'll still be a lot of chaff.
IU Dragonfly.
Oh boy, maybe Circle of Protection Shadow. But yeah, that'll be soon, and I'll probably at least give that a whirl.
Do you think they'll include the world's worst dual lands?
God, those are awful. Let me see if I own one of those for showing off. I'll just type the word salt into here, and that should... So here's Salt Flats, which is the world's worst dual land. I want you to take a look at this, and then we're going to take a look at a different dual land in a moment that you'll be a little more familiar with after you take a look at Salt Flats. Has everyone seen Salt Flats? All right, good. Sand. Sand is going to give me a little more than I wanted, right? But it should give me the card I'm looking for, right? Or is sand not in the name of that? I forget the actual name of that card. Crap.
You want the Skull Step Steep.
It doesn't work. But yeah, Scoured Barrens. So then there's this, which I've remembered the name of. Oh wow, it shows me this one. What? How does it... versions. Show versions separately. But yeah, so then
and there's the Skull Step Steep.
Yes. So then we have Scoured Barrens, which is kind of like that duel, except for you gain a life and you don't have to pay a life, and like they're dreadful. Pine.
They have every single drawback of all of the dual lands that had been printed up to that point.
Yeah. What Pine Barrens? Like they're just dreadful, and also look at the rarity. That's
I'm
gold.
sorry, those were rares?
Those are gold. Yep. Gold.
I really hope they took those out. Or just decided that part of the remastering was putting in, like, actual duels.
I'm going to go ahead and change the versions thing now, because I don't want to foils apart. But yeah, these are dreadful duels.
Like, I seem to remember, like, around Ice Age, they had these, like, fade-out lands. They would be like, okay, you could tap them for a colorless, or you could tap them for one of 2 colors, and you would put a counter on them and not be able to untap them, but instead remove the counter.
Yes, they were much like, I'm looking at Pinecrest Ridge, which was a modern redo of that out of Kamigawa block.
Yeah.
These were both basically claimed to be unplayable and played in the format because there was no fixing in Mirrodin Kamigawa Standard.
God. Tendo Ice Bridge.
Tendo, yeah.
Yeah.
You had Tendo. If you were in green, you had Kodama's Reach, so you were all fine. But Let me go to Ice Age and pull up those. I like going through history of Magic in between going through these sorts of things.
Janky lands.
It's not
We've
letting
had
me.
lots of them.
Why does it not let me click on Ice Age here?
Because it hasn't been printed.
Oh god! So I have to like Masters Edition this.
It's curious that they even list the sets.
All right, can I look by? Depletion, because they had depletion counters like this, right? Like Sandstone Needle.
These were in masks.
Yeah. These were. I don't remember the names of them, but those were like the same time as the Pain Lands were put around. So.
Oh yeah, totally got overshadowed.
Because you'd much rather take a damage. So, one more interesting thing about Magic Online, on their default sort, it's by rarity alphabetically. So, we get, mythics, rares, uncommons, and, actually, I'm sorry, promo mythic, rare, uncommon, common. That's why you're
man.
these.
Lava tubes.
Lava tubes! But on Magic Online, there's a rarity above mythic rare, reserved for 9 cards. There's like this little explosion of a symbol. 9 cards have this rarity. They are mega rare or whatever.
The power rarity.
Yeah. Because then it goes to promos, and it has all the some cool promos, some not so cool promos that had a promo. This isn't the art for the promo, but it did have one. Double secret rare. But yeah. Depletion counters. Lava tubes.
I don't know if they put lava tubes online.
I guess let me check.
Imagine not, because it does put a depletion counter on.
So it should have shown. I've got Lava Claw Reaches, and that's it for land. Man, I just pulled up every card with the word lava in its name. So we get the... Okay, so this tells us, the history of what lava does before it gave you ideas.
Before it gave you ideas, it was an axe in your opponent's face.
Yeah, or a silly trap.
Oh my god. I loved Lava Ball Trap.
Yep. This always felt really good if you could get it going. Torrent of Lava. With the extremely strange text of, as long as Torrent of Lava is on the stack, each creature has tap, prevent the next one damage that would be dealt to this creature. These ostriches are running away from the lava.
I guess that's how they tap themselves.
Yeah.
To get it.
But yeah, for the most part, lava didn't give you ideas up until here. How many trap cards does Magic even have? All of the traps are from Zendikar block.
For now.
Well, right. I'm trying to... I make that statement, and there might be like 1 or 2 from like Conspiracy or whatever, but I don't think that's...
Oh heck, I don't think they did.
I don't think that's real.
I ported Trap over to my set that was about instants.
But yeah, they were cycles of cards that existed in Zendikar and Worldwake that are like expensive and then super cheap if your opponent is doing the thing. And usually the thing has something to do with the card. Not always. Sometimes, like I know that's a really, really generic statement to say the thing has something to do with the card, but like
right.
Pitfall Trap is, it kills an attacking creature, and if they're attacking with just one creature, it's cheaper. But then you have like traps that are like the Bailoff Cage Trap, and if they play an artifact, all of a sudden you get the 4/4. It's like they let the Bailoff out of the cage. Or Archive Trap, which was the basis for silly standard decks.
Oh yes.
Yeah. Not
Okay, highlight on Ricochet Trap. I think that one deserves an honorable mention.
This one's important.
Yeah, that's 4 mana, but you can cast it for 1. So it sneaks under your Cascades if you're doing the Living End deck.
Yep.
And you can still have like Disruption in your deck.
Yeah, it's one of the very few ways to do so, because you need cards that like are less than 3 but 3. But yeah, it was just like a silly thing they did in the set.
Yeah, I mean, when Zendikar came out, it was like Dungeon Planet.
Yeah.
These are all the horrible things that can happen to you in a dungeon. It was kind of cute.
You walk into the dungeon and like the giant stone idol wakes up and why did this happen? Or like you pick up the book and then the ceiling caves in. Nemesis Trap. I think Mind Break is probably the one that... I'm sorry, is this wizard... Like, are these, like, ancient source wall, like... Like, DC gods sort of things trying to steal this wizard's pizza?
Oh, no!
Like, what the hell, guys?
He was just sitting down for lunch.
They're trying to steal this wizard's pizza. No.
That's his mind pizza. He needs that to think.
Yeah. Alright, we got 2 left. Who knows, maybe, seeing as it's returned to Zendikar, they might bring things like this back, but I can tell you with certainty there's still room for more of these. They didn't follow.
I guess it depends on when we return to Ravnica, huh?
Zendikar?
Zendikar.
Yes.
I said Ravnica, and I should have said Zendikar.
But yeah, I guess it does, because we're a lot more likely to get these ones. Yeah. Look at how many Eldrazi were in this set. See, this is a theme.
That's a theme.
This is how you do your theme. Like, okay, look, all these tokens. We make Eldrazi spawn. We do, and they're even Eldrazi type. You know, It didn't matter for a lot of things, but it mattered for a few.
I guess dragons are already too well established, so they didn't want to like tread on that.
Yeah.
And yet they still also didn't want to have like dragon whelp.
Yeah, they didn't even put like the cheap dragon
ones, right?
Like no, like tiniest dragon in the set is a 4/4. Or if I go here and I go up to dragons, tiniest dragon in the set I want to say is a 4/4, but there might be like the 3/3s.
Well,
but yeah,
they still basically count as huge because of how much you have to pay for them.
But then look at all this. It's like dragon.
Oh, right. Cards that say dragon on the... This bear has been eaten by a dragon a little. And that... Wait, what? Target creature you control. Oh, right. The Wings of Velasvel.
Yes, yeah. Because they couldn't just bring back... I'm gonna click on a different set. They couldn't just bring back... that one.
That's a shame.
Everything become a dragon.
That would be really good.
But yeah. I don't know. I guess dragon, there are a bunch of cards at 53, but... meh.
I don't care if there's a lore reason why there are no baby dragons on Tarkir. It's so weak. If you're going to make a set themed around dragons, have dragons in it. Ugh.
Like, yeah. You know there didn't have to be a lore reason for that, right? Like, I'm
You
just
get
guessing
to make
here.
up the lore.
I'm guessing here, but they probably made up the lore to justify the choice, not made the choice to justify the lore, you know.
I hope they do, frankly. I want more lore out of them so that I can tear it to pieces.
They
with
have
my...
a weekly column just for you.
Time to get to work.
Every week they usually will put like the backstory of some legendary creature or
Yeah.
you know
Okay, like anyone who writes this column, it seems like they read the card and then they sit around and think for a minute and they're like, "Oh, that would be cool," and they just type whatever. Like no one who contributes to this reads it. Is what I'm getting at. That astonished me.
I have to figure there's somebody at Wizards who's just like the lore master, like the guy who made the internal wiki, you know, of like this is how everybody, this is the backstory of everybody.
I'll bet that person has a super headache all the time.
Right, because every time one of these new weekly articles comes out, and they're like, "You said you gave Soren what?
What? Now I have to make that correct? Why was Soren walking?
But
Why was he walking?
thousands of years, you get bored."
I was walking for fun.
Okay. How about this?
The sand on my boots.
So dragons. You know what they could have done that would have been a pretty cool dragon? I'm gonna find a card for you.
Yes. I would love it.
Just make the 1/1 dragon that's there to turn on all the dragon things.
Straight up like red script sprites
Right.
that says dragon on it.
But you can't print red script sprites. That's...
I'm gonna go print red script sprites right now. Go back in my set. I don't even care that it'll be bad. Creatures are supposed to be bad in my set. You'll take your script sprite, Suntail Hawk, Flying Men, and like it. Jeez, that would put one in every color, wouldn't it?
Yeah, that would put one in every single color. In black, I think it has, like, can't block.
Right, the fairy. But then the fairy was like, it had to have a drawback because fairy type was so good.
Right, well, fairies were... Also, I think it was a rogue.
Oh, yeah.
I spelled fairy, Is it fairy or fairy? Oh, God. I just want to pull up the fairy types. Whatever. I can't spell fae. Fae. There we go.
Like Una, Queen of the Fae.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Fairy.
Fairy, okay.
Hmm.
But yeah, like, fairies were quite good, and the black one you're thinking of, I want to make sure it was a rogue, because I feel like it was a rogue. Or maybe that was like just a rogue.
It had to be a rogue. Like every single creature in Lorwyn... Yeah, there it is. Nightshade Stinger. Every single creature in Lorwyn secretly had a creature type that worked with Morning Tide.
And then all the good ones are rogues.
Yeah.
Because rogue was the only one that got a mechanic. But yeah, so red really doesn't have a 1-mana 1/1 flyer, do they? I guess like Goblin Balloon Brigade is the closest we get.
It is. Flying. $20 plus.
Wow.
No. Yeah, another Goblin Balloon Brigade, who is also blue.
This is just half a goblin.
It is.
A bird.
He has to grow up
Mm-hmm.
and be a 3/3. Good old Weatherlight.
And there's these ones. Yeah.
And yeah.
That's like a one-mana 1/1 flyer, right?
I like Dragon Master Outcast a lot, and I'm sad that it never made it anywhere.
For like a little while, I can't even say that. Like even the decks that played Ranger of Eos usually didn't include Dragon Master Outcast. I can say that being the person that was usually playing them in Ranger of Eos. Like, for one, Scoot Mob existed, and like there is a difference between 5 and 6 lands.
Mm-hmm. Like, Dragon Master Outcast is ideal in a deck where you need a control finisher,
Yep.
and you just want to spend as little mana as possible on it.
The best
and
deck,
then just hold up mana for your control tools.
the best deck I ever saw Dragon Master Outcast as a win con in was like one of those decks that played Jace, and it was just blue-red control, and this was the only real creature in it. It was just like, okay, now I play my win con for 1 mana, leaving up 7 mana to counter junk. Like,
Yeah!
let's go.
And then, like, after the first time it activates, they can no longer just answer little dude.
Right, they need to answer... They want to answer it, obviously, but...
Yeah. Somewhere between too restrictive and too fragile.
Yeah. That was... But, like, I do remember seeing people, like, try to make that work. But, I guess... For me, it was always the Scoot mob. Scoot.
Scoots.
Just a bunch of bugs. This was my go-to secondary Ranger of Eos target. Ranger of Eos had a lot of really good targets back in its day. Like, for a long time, Figure of Destiny existed alongside it, so that was pretty strong. Mog Fanatic existed alongside it.
Oh, is that when Mog Fanatic worked?
That was when Mog Fanatic worked.
Wow.
What other... Hell, I think I played Flamekin... Harbinger with it.
Wow. It's a kid in Elemental.
Revel Arc, but yeah.
Mm.
Always the Revel Arc.
I like Flamekin Harbinger a lot.
Mm-hmm. Flamekin.
I remember getting Dust Elemental with it.
That's a good one. Hey.
Like, alright, you Wrath. No. Pick up my guys.
Including the Dust Elemental.
Right.
The Dust Elemental is huge. It has a keyword that shouldn't be on it, if I remember right. Yeah, okay.
Fear.
Fear. Looks like a dragon.
I love it.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. White card with fear. Welcome to Time Spiral block. I guess everyone's afraid of it. Afraid of the dust.
Alright, what's our match looking like?
One left.
Oh no, come on.
God.
Wrap it up, guys.
We've been... See the cool frog.
Come on, see the cool frog. I do want to see the cool frog.
Dude, please.
And then defeat it in combat. So...
allow me to see the cool frog.
Hoot. Janky cards from the history of Magic.
Yeah.
I see the Nephilim there for some reason.
I just typed the word sand in.
Ah, Dune Brood Nephilim would do that.
Most of them are recent. Go figure.
Uh-huh. They decided to put more sand in Magic the
In their
Gathering.
game.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ancient cards. I know I've been playing Magic for a long amount of time.
Yes, the Fat Swordsman mentions Ice Age cards and cumulative upkeep. They did absolutely change the text of cumulative upkeep
Let me try
because
to.
originally it was supposed like originally cards just sort of said cumulative upkeep on them and listed the cost, and it was up to you to know what that meant.
Hmm.
Now that little like reminder text blurb that wouldn't have been there,
Right.
and for the longest time I didn't know what it meant. And it's like, well, we've seen things with an upkeep cost. Maybe that's just what it means. But no, it was supposed to be like that cost once over again each time you do it. So the first time it's 1, and then 2, and then 3, and so on.
For
like fatigue.
for an easy implementation of it, Hibernation's End, which is 1, then 2, then 3, then 4. When you have something more weird like Abrath here that becomes smaller and smaller, you know,
Epiroth. Gallowbraid.
Gallowbraid. Hey. Yeah, what this means, though, is that now that it uses age counters, it's also interactable with. You can deal with the counters in ways. Let me pull up Hex Parasite.
Yeah, sure enough, cumulative upkeep stuck around. It like they introduced it in Ice Age,
Yep.
and they had like alliances cards with it. I don't think there were any homelands cards with it.
Homelands was its
Definitely.
own world, I don't think.
Yeah, but they definitely did have things in Mirage and Visions and Weatherlight that had it. That just sort of it was a part of Magic. You just had cumulative upkeep cards, and sure enough, it came back with the Cold Snap set where they took cumulative upkeep, redid the text of it to have age counters, and then tried their best to make them like interesting or powerful, like a whole bunch of stuff that would get more for you as you paid more into it, like Hibernation's End, or something where you would always get some kind of benefit out of it, like Arctic Shoba. Something that just turned the whole thing on its ear, like Braid of Fire. Mana Burn existed back when Braid of Fire was printed.
So that was Vexing Sphinx was another one that played around with its.
Oh man, that card was so good. Jeez.
You wanted it to die basically the first time, because then it drew you a card. But yeah, they went with like these either extremely powerful things, but the thing about it is that like very few cards with cumulative upkeep actually see play anymore for very good reason. Oh my god, I forgot about Illusionary Wall's art.
Yep,
I'm just
the
gonna,
brick.
Here's the wall. Flying
That's-
Defender first strike.
That's what's in your way.
Here's the wall. Yeah. The cards I can think of that still see play with it, Jotun Grunt, very rarely, but still is like a sideboard graveyard hate, because the upkeep as it is doing something you probably are fine doing anyway. And Elephant Grass. Elephant Grass sees play in basically one deck. There's a lot of text on here because of the age counters and the flavor text, so it's very small, but it says it basically is a Ghostly Prison or propaganda, but also black creatures just can't attack, like at
Cute.
all. It's played in Enchantress.
I'm gonna call out Mystic Remora as well. That saw some traction in the world of Vintage a couple years back. Like the decks, basically just play Mystic Remora turn 1, just play a land, pay Remora, pass, play your land, pay Remora, pass, and then when your opponent went off, you drew 8 cards.
Yep. I've also seen this in like Elder, like
Yeah,
same thing. Trying trying to see if any of these others are in any way playable outside of like Cold Snap Limited, where you have like Krovikan Whispers, which is a control magic that's also got that art. I know, right?
You're like, orc! It's cold out here. Listen to me. You've got to get more furry stuff. You're not wearing enough fur.
Come on, your shoulders are exposed.
Let's get a muffler for you.
We got the robot armor.
Yo, that almost looks like a Dark Souls monster.
Right? Like, that definitely
Just this
could
hollow
be.
suit.
You're gonna get crushed by this guy. He's probably like 8 feet tall. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, Illusions of Grandeur. Crap, that's a...
that definitely saw play at some point.
Yeah, but this didn't...
Tricks.
This saw play with Donate. Because you would gain 20 life when you cast it, and you'd give it to your opponent, and then they would lose 20 life when they couldn't pay it.
Looks like that basically still works.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, yeah, Herald, another card that tries to turn and cumulative upkeep to it, like, on its end into a good thing. They've really tried a lot of different things with cumulative upkeep. Jeez, I didn't even realize that, like, basically anything you could possibly have done with it, like, has been done. Madness. Ooh, Tombstone Stairwell. This one's one of my favorite ones.
Oh, good God.
There's a lot of text here, but basically it says at the beginning of every turn, everybody gets a 2/2 zombie for each card in their grave. Creature card in their grave. Every turn, and they die at the end of every turn, and they all have haste. And, like, there's a lot of, like, zombies waving at you here. Like, look at them, rip. All the tombstones say rip. There's a lot of them.
Tombstone Stairwell sounds like a wrestling move.
Oh, yeah!
I'm gonna throw you down the Tombstone Stairwell.
Yeah!
It's like something where it's like, okay, no. The Tombstone Stairwell is where you do like a lift, and then you go down to one knee and do a backbreaker, and then let them fall on your knee, and then fall on the ground. So it's like this. Boom, boom, boom. So that's the Tombstone Stairwell.
The Tombstone Stairwell. Okay. Thought Lash was a card I played in an EDH deck with Zedru for a while. Because it says if they fail to pay the cumulative upkeep, you exile your entire library. So you just play this and hand it off to another player. It's the donate thing, but in reverse. Like, in the sense that, like, it takes a while for it to kill. Put a music counter on target creature.
Wow, straight up musician.
Musician. Yep. Amazing. Old Magic cards. This mechanic is dead and is never coming back. Like, not happening. We're
not going to include fatigue in the game of Magic. Wow, they're really grappling for it here.
Well, at 50, that means that, like, this is getting into Clock Town. You know?
For what, both players?
50 minutes. So, you know, it's 25 minutes on both players' clocks, then 3 minutes for the sideboards in after games 1 and 2. So, like, at the max, like, both of them have to have, like, 2 minutes left on their clock. You know?
Outstanding.
Just based on math, this game can't go any longer than 5 minutes. It's just not possible. Can't happen.
I'm liking the sound of your falter plan now.
Yeah, it gives us the inevitable way to finish it. Inevitable in that if they have flyers, I guess they can still block, but...
Well, if they have flyers, they've been attacking us with them.
Right, because we can't block them. We have one flyer in our deck.
Yeah, they probably want to attack into a Tarka, but
More likely than, there's only like two flyers I could see them attacking into a Tarka with. And they both have Death Touch, so, you know. I don't think anything else can beat a Tarka in a fight. No. There was a back and forth at the Pro Tour that was, like, aggro player plays a Tarka, control player plays Silumgar, stealing the Atarka. Aggro player plays a second Atarka to kill Silumgar, taking back Atarka and sacking one the legend rule. And then Silumgar comes down again and steals Atarka. Just like dragons.
Dragon haymakers.
Haymaker.
Well, at least we won't have to play against any more, like, zombify target dragon.
Man, what ooh, man.
So, okay, hold on. Since we have a couple spare seconds here, how many cards in Avacyn Restored say Angel on them?
Okay, let's take a look.
Because if Avacyn Restored is more angel-y than Dragons of Tarkir is dragony, I'm gonna be mad.
The problem there is that Angel was only in one color outside of the rares. Like...
Yeah. Guess that's fair.
We still got a lot.
No, oh yeah, we had the Angel's Tomb.
I want to remind you of this card. And
That is exactly why I was thinking of it.
Yep. Look at how familiar this is. Wow. God. Sorry, I accidentally read the flavor text. Yeah, I mean, that's just because angels were only in white outside of the single color.
Yeah, the Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah.
Got your Blossom, Bubbles, Buttercup.
Okay, so, I mean, they kind of did the thing with, like, cards that say Angel on them.
Angelic Wall. Right.
That says Angel on it. No, I don't want to close Magic Online. That's the opposite of what I want to do. Cancel that. Alright, who won that? Ah!
No!
We do not get to see the cool frog.
We will not see Cool Frog.